Hello Anteater fans, and welcome to our schedule release special as we preview the 2014 women's water polo team here at UC Irvine. Michael O'Sullivan sitting down with head coach Dan Klatt. Coach, going into your 10th year at the helm, an even number, and you start the year on the road, and we take a look at January 25th. You got the Gaucho Invitational in Santa Barbara, then you go to the Stanford Invitational up in Palo Alto, to the Triton Invitational down in San Diego. So your team all over the state to begin the year, and a tough test for them right out of the gate.
Yeah, it's always a tough schedule at the beginning. We play a lot of games. It's hard to find enough time to practice, to get prepared for all of those games, but it's a really important phase of our season to get the girls comfortable with playing style, amount of time, play around with our roster and our lineups a little bit, and then we get into our conference schedule later on. So we're excited about our first invite to the Stanford Invitational. It's an 8-team tournament that has some of the best teams in the country. We'll get some great games right off the bat, some good tests.
And then after that, starting on February 13th, you got the Bruins here at UCI, so a big game with UCLA as always. The UCI invite, which I know are always dates that you're excited for, a lot of games. And then you got San Diego State coming in early March, so an important stretch here at home for your club.
Definitely. We're excited about that first game with UCLA here at home. It's a night game, which are always very neat for the girls. And also it gets us ready for the tournament. The last few years we've had all away games leading up to the tournament, so our tournament has been the first time that we've had a home game, and that's kind of a hectic 2 days with us hosting 16 teams here. So to be able to have that UCLA game as a warm-up here at home and kind of break the ice with our home territory is neat, and I expect that to be a very competitive game as well.
And then as we get into kind of late March, early April, the Big West season starts to get going. Now, a year ago, Hawaii took the Big West Championship in the tournament. The first time ever in Big West Conference play, you guys didn't come out on top. A little bit of a bad taste in your mouth from that. I know they won in double overtime, but a Hawaii team, obviously you got to look out for. You guys, San Diego State has been solid. What's the feel of the Big West this year?
It's always well-rounded. Our teams are always very close throughout the Big West. I think it's probably the most exciting conference top to bottom in the country. Hawaii had a great season last season. Obviously, losing or not getting to the level that you want to be at always leaves a bad taste in your mouth. I couldn't have been prouder with the way that the team competed throughout the season, but we're definitely looking forward to competing for another title. We know it's going to be a tough test. We know that everybody's going to bring it, and that's our focus for the entire season. That's one of our paths, or one of our possible paths, to get into the NC2A tournament, which is always a goal for us. But it starts with that. So that's our major goal, and everything that comes after that we'll think about next.
So that, looking at the Big West Conference and a general outline of the season, now looking at your team specifically, you lose some seniors as always, Taylor Morrison, Kelsey Klatt, your younger sister, to name a few. I know you're excited about a couple of red shirts you have returning, Danielle Ward, Jessie Carty, Annika Bergeson, and maybe some of the other players you're expecting to step up.
Definitely one of the major goals with last season and redshirting a few players was to get a lot of experience kind of across the board for all of our players. The seniors played extremely well, but we had a 9-player freshman class, and one of our goals and focus points was to get that 9-player class some experience in this last season. And that couldn't have worked out better. We had some women get great opportunities in the season to play in big-time games. And now moving forward, having those red shirts coming back, we just have a little bit more experienced feel to the team. We're excited. We want to be well-rounded as always, but we're excited to have those red shirts coming back and leading the team. I think they spent a really good year training and learning and getting stronger. And their leadership thus far has been fantastic, and we're just looking forward to making a group and surging forward. We're at the beginning stages, so I think there's a lot of people who can contribute top to bottom from any class on the team, and we're going to let them compete this out in the beginning part of our season here, the fall training segment, and we'll be ready to go when it comes time for the winter.
Head coach Dan Klatt, a great water polo player in his day, a member of the '04 Olympic team, great water polo coach here at UC Irvine, and a heck of a basketball player. We have a UCI Friday morning league, and you want this guy on your team. Coach, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And remember, you can get all your information on the UC Irvine women's water polo team at ucirvinesports.com. We'll see you next time, Meter fans.